Today we're finally checking out Mudbuster, the in-depth review. I'm going to teach you how I've been using it for mats, wheels, and tires. The pre-soak in combination with P&S Crystal Wash. Mudbuster has been a great all-around cleaner. You know, I've been checking out other products as well, kind of citrus pre-cleaners. This is P&S's kind of version of that product. And for the price and the value and the efficiency of it, it's been fantastic. We got it in the Multi Pro 12 Plus. IK did send this over, so shout out to IK, great company. They sent it as a little Christmas present, and we're going to test it out in the long term, see how the Multi Pro 12 Plus performs. You know, I've been using the Pro Foamer Pro 12 for a few years now, so I'm excited to give this one a try. We're going to be trying it out with Mudbuster today, diluted 4-to-1 in the IK. But first, this is the last video from my In the Lab series with Mr. Dave Phillips. Let's go over to P&S headquarters and chat it up with Dave Phillips, the chemist from P&S, about Mudbuster. Let's check it out. Back in the lab with Mr. Dave Phillips, chemist of P&S, and we're talking about Mudbuster today. We're doing the review. I've been loving Mudbuster. A lot of people are concerned, Dave, that it's the exact same thing as Breakbuster. Can you break it down for them?
Yeah, well, it's definitely not the same thing, a completely different set of chemicals. However, you know, I can see why people would think that. I mean, they both foam well.
It's purple, it foams.
Yeah, they both foam well, they both clean well.
You make it.
We make it, you know, in both cases. However, they were designed for completely different things, right? Breakbuster is designed for that kind of special, you know, brake dust attachment that happens on wheels.
Right.
That, you know, you don't, you know, that it just seems like it's hard to break that bond, to get that to come loose. And then it turned out that with Breakbuster, it also turned out to work really well on the tires as well. So you get that bloom that you get with the process. So it was originally designed for wheels. Yeah, wheels, not tires. And the tires are just a fringe benefit.
Oh, right.
Now,
which kind of changed the industry. Now everybody started pumping out wheel and tire cleaners.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So Mudbuster, on the other hand, was designed specifically to basically lubricate and loosen that dirt, but that dirt isn't attached to the surface of the car the same way it's attached to the surface of a wheel, and it's a lot different dirt, right? It's a lot more water soluble. It can scratch a lot more. So we've added, you know, a lot more lubricity and a lot more. We balance it more towards soils than we would towards. Really, on a wheel, you end up kind of like an oily dirt, and on a car, you end up with dirt.
All right. I've been noticing it attacks bugs pretty aggressively. It's really nice bug remover. I foam it on with the IK, let it sit, and they are just flying off the surfaces. Does it have an advantage to bug removal?
It's basically just a function of the detergency. So yeah, it just does a really good job of getting underneath that soil.
I found it to
I mean, that's really probably the same thing when you think about it. You know, you got this dirt. Right. You know, that is on the outside of the vehicle, and we're trying to get underneath it before you rub it all over the surface.
Exactly.
And so bugs are going to kind of be the same application.
Yep, so an effective pre-wash makes for a much safer wash process.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to cover it for Mudbuster, your Mudbuster versus Breakbuster questions. I've been enjoying Mudbuster. Let's check it out as a pre-wash in this video. So first up, we're using it on rubber floor mats. This is how I like to start my details. Pull all the mats out, rinse them down, and we hit them with a little Mudbuster. If this was an extra dirty mat, you'd want to let this dwell about 60 seconds, let Mudbuster do its job, get up under that dirt and release it from this surface. These weren't too dirty, so we can go straight in. And that's how I tackle mats with Mudbuster. So like I said, Mudbuster can require a little bit of dwell time. It's not attacking dirt with just a high pH formula. It's still considered high pH, but it's about a 10, I believe. What it's mostly doing is using its surfactants in the mix to get up under that dirt and break it loose. So don't forget that dwell time is important when it comes to Mudbuster. When it comes to tackling wheels, Like Dave said in the video, Mud Buster isn't designed like Brake Buster to attack that brake dust that is on a wheel face. Works excellent on the tires, but when it comes to the brake dust that could be possibly embedded in the wheel, this doesn't have the same formula as Brake Buster, but we can remedy that with a little crystal wash action. I come in here first thing, a little crystal wash on there. We can do the first 2 wheels I'm doing. That's what I like to do. And crystal wash is going to start breaking down those contaminants and doing a great job of loosening up that brake dust. I like to let it dry for a few minutes. After crystal wash does its thing and crystallizes, it's done its job, we can rinse it off, or you can go straight over it with the Mud Buster and go from there. Your preference. I'm going to rinse it off. Then I'm going to spray the area with Mud Buster, and then we're going to carry on as normal. Moving on to the final application of Mud Buster is the pre-soak. So we went from mats to wheels and tires, and now we're moving straight into the pre-soak. Once again, we're going to supercharge it with a double team action from Crystal Wash. We apply this to the dry surface. We're going to let it do its magic after about 5 minutes, and then we soak it down with Mud Buster, and the combination of the two should effectively give us a really great pre-rinse. Because again, once Crystal Wash has crystallized and done its job on the surface, it's done all it can do. So you can come over with Mud Buster, neutralize that surface a bit. It's gonna take the crystallized contaminants, that surfactant from Mud Buster is gonna lift it up from the surface, and then you're gonna be ready to rinse it all away, especially these buggies in the front. You can see all the good dirt on the side panels. We're just gonna spray some Mud Buster. And allow it to do its thing. And where the IK Multi Pro 12E is shining is I've never had to go refuel with air because it's battery powered, it's good to go. So we're able to move on from job to job effortlessly with the combination of the IK Multi Pro 12E and Mud Buster. So there you go, the Mud Buster and Crystal Wash combo I've been using here in the driveway has been pretty phenomenal. It didn't get all the bugs off of this one, so you can adjust to your level of filth. What in the world, dog? But you can find that right dilution that's right for you. I'm running 4:1 Multi-Pro 12, and it did a pretty phenomenal job. This is a interstate driven vehicle, so those bugs are pretty hammered in there, along with some pretty sticky stuff on the sides, but it did an excellent job of getting a good percentage of it off. But there you go, that's the Mud Buster Crystal Wash combo I've been using here in the driveway lately. It's been phenomenal as tackling all three of those early jobs, getting it out the way, then we're gonna foam the vehicle, wash mitt over it. Once you get this down effectively, speeding up the process, especially for me, in my opinion, and with the IK Multi-Pro 12E, we never had to recharge or anything like that. If I had to critique this, they did move the hose to the bottom. My other IK Foam Pro 12 has the hose mounted in the top over here, and I think it's much better at the top. So that's a critique of that. But other than that, pretty awesome unit. Don't have to refill that often. And thanks IK for sending me out that Christmas present. I appreciate it. But there you go, promo Jamie10 at psdetailproducts.com. Cleaner 10 is still active at the Rag Company. I think they have Multi-Pro 12s, and at least know they have the Foam Pro 12 Pluses. Hopefully they'll get the Multi-Pro 12s in soon. And go check it out. I'll catch you on the next one.